Looking at your community, a beloved Stowe tradition is back this year. It's a race that combines alpine and Nordic skiing, downhill and cross country. ABC 22's Isabel Shoneman went to Mount Mansfield this morning to check it out.
The 78th annual Stowe Derby has ski racers starting at the top of Mount Mansfield, skiing all the way into the town of Stowe. A near 2,800-foot vertical drop through a race course of 20 kilometers has the town of Stowe cheering and ringing cowbells. The Stowe Derby began in 1945 with a bet.
We have Mount Mansfield Ski Club at the time. Their very first ski instructor started this with a bet in a bar.
Sepp Rushp, the head of the ski school, and Erling Strom, a mountaineer from Norway, decided to race from Vermont's highest peak all the way to the village. Rushp was the winner of the first Stowe Derby. His grandson, Andrew Rushp, raced Sunday.
I think the Derby's kind of like a rite of passage for each year in Stowe. You know, to me, it marks the start of spring.
Rushp skied his first Derby at 8 years old in the short course, a less rigorous 6-kilometer section of the long course.
I felt good. It was nice to have a lot of snow. Really excited that it was running to town this year, that we had this miracle of last-minute snow.
Both recreational and competitive skiers can enter. The captains of the Nordic team at Dublin School in Dublin, New Hampshire, said the race was a breeze for them.
We actually had our championship yesterday. We came up today to have kind of a fun day to celebrate the end of the season.
This was their first time in the Stowe Derby.
It was a lot of fun. It starts off with a really long downhill. I had a lot of fun on that. I might have fallen once.
I unfortunately fell a lot more than one time on the downhill in the beginning, but I had a lot of fun overall.
And it wasn't just adults racing. 11-year-old Charlie Sterner placed first overall in the men's division of the short course at just under 32 minutes. He had a good time, but not without getting cold.
I really like skiing. I just like the feeling of riding on basically pieces of wood over snow. It was really fun just like be here.
And for this race day, I traded in my tripod for my skis and hit the start line on Mount Mansfield. Cap Chenoweth has raced in the Derby 34 times.
The Derby is the Derby. Derby fever hits, but once it goes, it's a ball. People are crashing, people are passing each other. It's very entertaining from an observation point of view.
Stowe's a ski town, and this race is essentially the epitome of its skiing heritage.
Sterner thanks Mount Mansfield Academy for hosting the Derby every year. Close to 300 racers crossed the finish line, and despite the tough 20-kilometer course, it was smiles all around. In Stowe, Isabel Shoneman, ABC 22 News.